Welcome to my happy place where colors swirl and hearts embrace. Happy Place Creations, my happy place.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Happy Place Creations. Today, we're going to do this beautiful little dedication mold. And it is 2 wings. And I'm really not sure what I believe it's holding a flower. But I'm going to find out when we make it. And what we're going to do today is we're going to mix up our resin, which I've already done.
Paper cup sits on the desk, white and plain, a simple test. Pour the clear liquid inside. Part A flows with nowhere to hide. Part B follows right along, joining in the silent song. To become one in the bowl, mixing slowly, losing control. Slow and steady, mix it well. Stories that the resin tell. Circular motion round and round until the perfect blend is found. Watch the swirls begin to fade into the mess that we have made. No bubbles trapped within the glue, just a clear and honest view. Slow and steady, take your time, turning chaos into rhyme. Stir until it's crystal clear, making something distinct here. Wait for it to set and harden. Lightning strikes across the garden. Time moves slow when you create. Patience is the key to fate. Solid now, the work is done, waiting for the morning sun. Bubble, bubble floating high, rising up before my eyes. Round and round they start to climb, leaving imperfections behind. Bubble, bubble, goodbye. Watch them rise up to the sky. In the vacuum chamber they all fly away, making crystal clear resin today. Tiny bubbles everywhere, caught inside without a care. Now they're lifting one by one, the polishing has just begun. Bubble, bubble, goodbye. Watch them rise up to the sky. In the vacuum chamber they all fly away, making crystal clear resin today. Patience is the name of the game. Clear resin is worth the wait. Every bubble drifting free reveals the beauty waiting for me. Bubble, bubble, goodbye. Floating up and saying goodbye. In the vacuum chamber we can see a beautiful pour waiting for me. Clear and bright, shining light. One more project done just right.
I had to do it in 2 cups because it's an 8 full ounces. So let me just combine the cups again. And I'm going to put in some white mica powder. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use some alcohol ink. And I'm going to splash some alcohol ink. And then we're going to put our white mica powder down in. And what I'm hoping for is we're going to get like a marbling effect, but in different colors. So this is what I'm hoping to do with this technique. So I'm bringing you along in the hopes that this is going to come out just absolutely amazing. So are we ready? Let us mix in some of the white mica powder. And I've chosen to use some Let's Resin white mica powder. But I'm going to mix in some of our crushed crystal first. And I don't want too much because this will sink to the bottom. But I want it for the sparkle effect. So I'm going to add just that little bit as it goes up in the air, because I do have my fan going in the background. So it is blowing a little bit on my back, because we have a little bit of a muggy day today in Maine. So I'm just gonna stir this just a little bit to get it mixed in. And then I'm going to put in the mica powder. So let's get that put in. And this is a beautiful mica powder. And it is in a shaker, because I apparently forgot to take the top out. So I get to just tap. And I got to remember to take that shaker out of there before I put it back up on my shelf. So let's just get this mixed in. Very carefully so it doesn't go all over the place, because I do have a full 8 ounces here, if I didn't happen to tell you. And it does look like I'm going to need a little bit more mica powder, because I do want that shimmer effect. Now I do want you on the other camera when I'm pouring, so that you can see how I'm doing this today. But I did want you on the top camera just so you could see as I'm mixing in the powders. So I am going to turn you to the other camera right now. So hold right on with me. And here we are. Let me just get these alcohol inks out of the way. And these, sorry, are pigments today is what I'm using. And this is our mold. I'm sorry about the camera. It will zoom in, focus in, I mean, as we get going. It's because our mold is close. So let me get this camera a little better settled while I add some more mica powder, because I do want you to see. I'm going to take that top out right now. And what I do is I take my deburring tool and I just stick it in one of these holes, and I just lightly pull up until it pops out. And then I just take this and I just throw it in the trash while it has no powder on it. And you definitely want to hold on to your bottle while you're doing this. There we go. And now I can use my tiny popsicle stick here. And now you can't see what I'm doing because I don't have the camera positioned right, and I'm sorry. Time to add some more. There we go. Just gonna add some more powder. And I'm gonna set that over there so I don't spill it. I'm just going to put some more resin on the top so it doesn't fly everywhere. And I'm just going to mix it in some more until I get the consistency that I'm looking for with our powder. And I'm loving this shimmer effect that this white powder from Let's Resin's giving me. And I wanted that because of the wings. Where this is an angel mold with the wings. But I don't want to have it too opaque. And that means too dark. I want to have it some clarity. So I'm just going to let this sit a little bit, just so I can see if I have any powder that might float to the top and need to be mixed in while I open up my pigments. And you do want to scrape the sides. And I'm definitely going to stir the sides, the bottom, and my stir stick as well. While I wait for any of the unmixed powder to come to the top. While I open my jars, my bottles. And I'm going to shake them up really well. And of course, this time I'm going to make sure my covers are on. I made a mess in that other video. Because your pigments will separate. Now I have a blue, a dark blue. And I have a light blue. Now this one is a rose red. Now I picked fairly dark colors because the white is going to make them light. Now this one is a purple. And I'm going to try to keep my covers with my colors. And I should be putting them on this side so that I can keep them together, as I am right-handed. So I will be taking my colors from this side. And I'm trying not to put things in your way. Now, this color is a golden yellow. And our last color I have chose is a green. Now, I do see I have some mica powder that has come to the top. So I'm just going to take my stir stick and I'm going to break that up. So I can get that mixed in. Now, I did see a really neat trick on another YouTube channel. Now, she takes her mica powder and she dissolves it in alcohol before she even adds it to her resin. And I really should have showed that trick to you today. However, I wasn't thinking that quick. So I will demonstrate that in another video for you. Alrighty. It's been kind of warm in here, and my resin seems to be warming up quicker than I wanted it to be. So we're going to get going. So I'm definitely going to spray my mold before we get going. Make sure I have it all sprayed down in here, because there's a lot of intricate details in this mold. And I'm going to start it out with the yellow, the golden yellow, with just a few drops. And I'm going to put it to my sides. I'm going to put some green on the sides. And then I'm going to begin to pour. And then I'm going to pour. And then I'm going to put some more colors in. I'm going to go with my blue. And then I'm going to pour some more. And I'm really hoping these colors are gonna mix in with each layer as I pour. And it's gonna cause a marbling effect. Oop, that was 2 drops. I'm sorry. Let's get this color in. And I should be tipping so I can get that yellow and that green. Now, because I have such intricate areas in here, I want to tap my mold a little bit to make sure I'm getting any bubbles that may be down in the bottom. Get any bubbles. And I did mix up a full 8 ounces, and I'm not sure if I'm going to need it, but we'll see. Let's get a little bit more pink. Let's tip it this way. Oops, that was 2 drops. I didn't want that. A little bit more blue. Got to get some more gold in there. Oh. Let's get some more green. I'm hoping you guys can see what's happening. I should turn this. Let me just turn this mold, because you're only seeing it from the side. Let me turn it as I pour. Let's get a little bit more red. Put a little red over here. Get a little bit more green. We'll go over here. We'll put another yellow over here. We'll put another blue. Another purple, because we're getting almost to the top. Don't know what the effect's going to be. Let's go. Well, I'm going to go with the yellow because we're almost at the bottom. Because this is the bottom where the stand is. And I was pretty close by saying yellow. I mean 8 ounces. So I am just going to go right till I think I'm not going to go overboard. I'm going to tip this back a little bit. And I'm going to put something under this. I'll put one of my sticks. Because apparently this mold tips forward. And I don't want to overflow. But I also, come on, want to have a flat bottom. What is going on? There we go. Now, I am going to take my stick. Just for, well, I hope I don't have any bubbles in there. I'm praying I don't have any bubbles in there. I don't see any coming up. Now let me take something really thin and just pray that I don't have any bubbles. Especially on this rim. And I'm going to leave it just like that. But I am going to clean up my ridge here a little bit. Put this right back in the mold. Or maybe not. Because clean up now makes it easier later. Now all this will just peel off when we take it out of the mold. And there we go. Now I didn't expect it to bloom out like this, but look at we have amazing color format going up. So let's hope we're going to have some amazing colors. Now let me just try to put my covers back on where they belong. While this is curing, I will do that. I do still have a little bit of color, a little bit of resin in my cup. So let me grab, whoa! No, 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 don't knock it over, Connie. I will try to clean this up without knocking this over. I'm going to grab a little jewelry mold here in my drawer. What do I want to make? Gotta have something that's fairly deep. My little heart. And I'm going to bring you back to the top camera. Gotta have something to wipe my finger off because I don't want to get my mouse all dirty. Let's bring you back to the top camera. All right, I've kept out the blue. Let's see, the purple, the yellow, and the green. So let's use my little heart mold here. Let's see what we can get. Maybe we'll get one. I don't have much left. Spray your mold. Let's see. See if I can make a pocket. A locket. Pocket locket. It's not coming out very quick. She got quick, fast, quick. Let's put the color in first. Got a green, yellow, some purple, and some blue as it drips in there. Here we go. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get for colors. I may have just enough to do one. Yeah, she heated up quite quick today. Must be too hot in here today. I should have had my AC on before I started the video. It's very muggy today. We had mostly rain this morning. But we'll see what we get, right? Mother Nature's speaking to us. Oh, the Lord's speaking to us, actually. And I'm going to twirl that a little bit and see what we come up with. I guess that's all she's going to come out. Let's just do this. Just so we can see what's going to happen. There we go. That's all I'm going to do. And we'll see what we get, because there's an awful lot of ink sitting on the top. So I will be back when everything is cured and ready to be demolded. And just so I don't get a flash cure, I think I'm going to turn on my AC for a little bit, because flash curing is not good sometimes. So I will see you when everything is ready. Hey everybody, our pieces have cured. Let me just show you. It has cured. And I popped out our extra, and I wanted to show you how I was going to finish this off. I'm going to use some Let's Resin hard type. Put my cap there so I don't get my mat dirty. And because I didn't have enough resin to actually fill it up so it has a nice round back, let me show you. I'm going to be using this resin to round off the back. So I'm just going to apply this until I get a nice round back. And then I'm going to cure this under the UV light. And this is going to allow the color to still shine through and give it that nice round back. And it has a smooth finish this way. You don't want to add too much. That way it doesn't... Whoa! Whoa! I did the magic table trick. Did you see that? Tablecloth slid right out from underneath. That was luck all on its own. And I'm just going to take my little tool here and bring it to the edge. Maybe I should take that out from under it. Now let's see if I can get lucky twice. This time I'm going to hold on to it though. There we go. Just going to bring it to the edge. And hopefully it's not running over. Anywhere now that I did that magic trick. And then we're going to apply the hardware as soon as I get it cured. Now this is UV resin, so I will be using my lighter to pop any bubbles, not alcohol. I got a spot right there, but I cannot tell if the UV resin is going to the edge or if that is just the way the mica powder settled. No, I guess it's going to the edge, because I don't want to have a spot where it didn't go. So it looks to me like it went to the edge. Now this will end up in somebody's goodie bag. And you will not believe how the front turned out. It is amazing. Oh, did I give that secret away? I think I did. Just getting a baby wipe to wipe off my tool here. Grabbing my lighter, because you always want to pop bubbles before you use your light. Now, it looks like I have someplace right there that I should have sanded a little bit before. Now, you don't want to apply too much fire or heat, I should say, before, because it will cause your UV resin to thin. Just checking one more time. It will thin out and cause it to run over. Now that looks like a stubborn bubble to me right there. Or it could just be something on the inside. Yep, looks like something on the inside. So now I'm going to cure it. And I will be back as soon as it's cured, because I'm going to let this run for a full 2 minutes. And then we will move to the next step. Alrighty, we're all cured. And it looks like I got a couple of spots on the edges where I didn't quite pull it to the edge. But we can take our emery board and we can just sand that down a little bit. Try to smooth that off so it's not rough. Like I said, this is an extra, but you still want to have your extras try to be as best as they can be. So I'll just try to smooth that down a little bit. And if you're worried about your sand lines, you can take a little bit of UV resin on your finger, cover that up, and put it under your light. Now this is the back. Oh, that's kind of sticky on the front. So I'm going to take before I turn it over for its debut, I'm just going to wipe this off a little bit. Now I'm going to show you how the front came out, and it's amazing. I'm excited. Whoop! Oh, you saw it. There it is. Look at that. Look how that came out. I know it's hard to see with the light, but we got some crackle in there. We got all the different colors. Isn't that just amazing? Now I'm thinking about adding some crushed crystal to the top. So I have added a little bit of UV resin with some crushed crystal just to give it a sparkle. Now this time I'm using the UV resin that's high viscosity, so it will stay where I'm going to put it. So let's just put a little bit of this on the top. And again, we're just going to spread it to the edge. And then again, we're going to cure it. And please excuse the background noises. My son is making his healthy shake. This is early in the morning for him. And I'm just going to spread this around, hoping that it's going to stay right on the edges. And listen to those crickets outside. I'm just going to bring it to the edge, just like we did on the back. Now this is going to end up being a very thick piece, so you are going to need a very thick ring to put in it, to put through it, I should say. Or you can glue a flat back bezel on the back, which I got a ring, which is very thick. but I am thinking about putting a flat back bezel on instead, where I have just added the thickness. So while this is curing, I am going to go grab one of my flat back bezels and my glue, and I will show you how to attach that to the back. That way there's no drilling through our piece. And I am going to attach our beautiful little attachment while she's doing her, I believe that is someone that is doing gymnastics. So whoever receives this in their package from an order, I hope they know someone that does gymnastics. Let's get this right down in the point. And I'm going to turn my tool over here. So I can bring this right to the edges. There we go. And I'm praying I did not put too much on here so it does not flow over the edge. Because it can happen. Even with the high viscosity, if you put too much on, it can go over the edge. And it's a very easy fix. Just take your utility blade and trim it off. I hope I'm not going to bump the camera with my head because I'm trying to make sure I'm getting all my edges. You also could take just a little bit on your finger and just wipe it all around, which is what I really should have done. But I wanted to add that extra sparkle. Now where I sanded the back, I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to take this little bit, I think, that's going around off the edge. See, yes it is right there. And I'm just going to go around it. And this is going to coat my sides. And then I'm going to quickly give it some heat. And then we will have sparkle everywhere. Wipe my finger off. I'm going to quickly pop some bubbles. It very well may stick to my mat, but I'm going to move it right out of the way. And I'm going to hit it with this one more time all the way around. Make sure I got all my bubbles. Remember, not too much heat, because that will cause it to thin out. And then I'm going to put my light, and we're going to cure it. Now I'm going to leave this under the light again for 2 full minutes. And I am going to go quickly. Once the top somewhat sits, I'm going to move my light so I can get my edges as well. Like this. So I'm still getting the top, but I'm still getting my edges. And what's on your mat, you can just peel right off. This way it's setting. But be careful you don't touch your product or you'll mess it up. Trust me, I've done it. I really should have gotten out my other Let's Resin light, which goes all the way around. So maybe I'll just first get it started this way, and then I'll move it to that light. So I will get this fully cured, and then we will move to the next step. Alrighty, I'm going to use my 3-in-1. And again, I'm going to put it right in that area. And this does grab quick. I got to get it to come down to the beginning of the bottle. Come on. Come on. There we go. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of the UV resin over the top to secure it while it's drying. And you just want to place it right where you want to have it. In this case, I'm going to put it right in the center. Like so. I should have had you on the big camera, but this is where I want to have it. But I am going to straighten it out. Like that. Isn't that nice and pretty with that crushed crystal? So now I'm going to put a little bit of UV resin over the top. And I am going to use my UV resin, the high viscosity again. This is going to cause a bump on the back, but not much of one, because I'm going to spread it over the back. Just want to put a little bit, just to cover the bezel. Because you don't want it to go over the front. And this will secure it in place. You just want to spread it out over the back. Now I kind of did this backwards because really I should have done the front first and then did the bezel and then spread it on the back. And then this would have coated the whole back. But because when I did the front, it came onto the back a little bit, this is my way of covering that boo-boo. I'm going to add just a little bit more. Just to cover our back. Oh, I don't want to bump the camera. Oh, it's the overhead camera. I guess I can bump that one. And again, you want to spread it over. Now this one may not make it all the way to the edge on the back, because I am afraid I'm going to seep over again, and I don't want to ruin the front. Actually, I'm going to turn this over. Because I don't want it to seep around that bezel and go to the front. I know this is an awful lot of work for an extra, right? But I do like to have things look good and functional. I don't want people to have things and then when someone says, "Oh, wow, where did you get that?" I want them to be proudly to say, "Hey, I got that from Happy Place Creations." I don't want someone to look at something and throw it in a drawer and not use it. All right, I am going to pop some bubbles here. Just want to get that edge right there without sending it to the front. So please pardon me if I did not get every little part of this back, but I'm afraid of ruining the front. Because I just wanted to secure this bezel in the back. And I'm going to do this real quick so I can put this back into the big light. Oops. And then we'll put our hardware on. So I will be back when this is cured. All right, now we're going to add on our attachments. It came out perfect. Well, not perfect. I do got to do a little bit of sanding here, but we're going to get it. There it is. So we are going to, now we're going to open up our rings. And we're going to add our ring. We're going to add our little gymnast. And our tassel. Yeah, we're going to put them both on one ring. We're going to attach that right to our bezel, flat back bezel. And then we're going to close our ring. Whoops! We don't want that to happen. Now, I don't have any silver bezels, so I do apologize. We do have a bronze bezel and silver attachment. Whoop. And there is our extra. We got our tassel and our little gymnast. And we have our little extra. Oh, I forgot to put on, hold right on. Oh, I went and got a claw clip. And how you attach these is they have a slider ring. like this, which are very hard on nails. And again, I only have it in the silver. I don't have it to match the flat back bezel, so I do apologize. And now it becomes a clip-on. So now it can be clipped on a backpack or a purse. And there we have it. Oops, I clipped it on the wrong side. Mistakes do happen. Whoops. I don't want to take it off there. So you do want to snap it behind your project. Let me see. These go on just like a keychain. Let me take that off. And now we're going to put these to the front. And then we're going to put it back on again. But in the back this time. I'm going to try it this way. There we go. We're going to put it on the back this time. There, now it's on the back. And we have our fixtures in the front. There we go. Now we have it. So now it can be just clipped right on to the purse or the backpack. And there's that. Now we'll get to our main project. Let me just get these out of the way. Now we will demold our main project. And I'm just going to get this camera tipped up just a little bit for you. Are you ready to see it? Now I'm not sure which is the front and which is the back. So I'm guessing that this is the front. Whoops. So are we ready? Here we go. And there it is. Well, that didn't come out too bad. That is beautiful. Let me show you the back. And this does appear to be like a candle holder of some sort. But that is very pretty. Now, let's see, how can we dress this up? Let me see how I can highlight this. Now, I am going to have to sand a little bit on the bottom. I am going to take just my emery board and just go around the bottom. Just a little bit. Now, I could just take some UV resin, but I don't want to leave any, sharp edges. So I'm just going to go around it a little bit with my emery board, sanding down any sharp edges. Got to get my sharper one. Now there is going to be a little bit of a sanding mark on the bottom. But I don't want to leave any sharp edges. for anyone to get cut on. And it doesn't take much just to bring it down to the same level as the bottom of the project. And I am angling it, as you see. That's all it takes. You just want to wipe up your board. I usually use a paper towel with a little bit of alcohol, because you don't want to leave any sand dust behind. And I use the back of it to clean up our project. Just like that. Now when that dries, there probably will be a sign of sanding on the bottom, but you can't help that. Now, there's our project. Now let's see what we can do. Oh, it looks like I have a few little bubbles right here on the back. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, looks like I got a few bubbles on the back. But it is a deep mold. Even with a pressure pot. But that makes part of it unique. And I do sell my demos if you're interested in this. Now let's see what I can do to dress this up. Let's get out my markers and see what I can do. Let's see, I'm done with that. I do have my tray of markers here. I think I am going to put you back to the top camera. Okay, guys, I did it again. I switched cameras, and I thought for sure I'd hit that button, and I didn't. But I'm going to show you what I did to spruce it up. I hope you like it. It's now dry, and this is what I've done. I took the gold pen, and I just highlighted some areas. And I just highlighted the parts of the wings and her dress. Let me turn it over now. And I highlighted the flower just to try to get it, parts of it to stand out. And then I took the part that holds, I believe it's a candle, and I went around that with my Deco Art pen just to give it some depth. So I hope you like it. I will put this in the eBay store for anyone who would like to purchase this. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Really care. Scrolling down to find the gold stories waiting to be told. Click the button, make it stick. Time is moving way too quick, but we will wait right here for you with something fresh and something new. Same crafty channel, same crafty time, ready for the next big climb. Stay connected, stay in touch, because we love it very much. Come back soon, don't fade away. We have so much more to say. Ring the bell and join the crew. Everything we do is new. Crafty vibes are in the air. Show us that you really care. Don't be a stranger now.